finally got it. The Skil 10-inch table saw with folding legs. I'm gonna do an unboxing right here. Got this on Amazon. $299. I watched multiple reviews online, and seems like this is one of the best table saws in this price range based on the features. Alright, straight out of the top of the box, we have, set my zoom back a little bit. Straight out the top of the box, we have a lot of accessories. This is your tube for your dust collection to connect to. Here's your push stick. There's the riving knife that goes behind the blade. Here, it's a cheap plastic miter gauge, but I've got a better one I'm going to use. This is the, looks like the turn knob for the rack and pinion on the fence adjustment. These are your kickback paws that go behind your blade guard. This is your blade guard that connects to your riving knife. Keeps your hands protected from the blade while it's turning. And last but not least, one Skil instruction booklet. I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna stand this up on the end if I can. Now this is about 50 pounds of weight, so I gotta be careful not to drop anything. Okay, those things were packaged up pretty well. I'll go ahead and package this off this bag here. Now this does have folding legs that will come out and lock into place. It's got 4 legs on it, and the front 2 have adjustments on them if you have an uneven floor surface. So I'm gonna continue trying to get this thing out of the box without dropping it. It's tough working out of a small shop, but I always make the best of it. This building I'm in is a 10 foot by 12 foot, so 120 square foot, but then I've got 2 workbenches coming out 2 feet, so it kind of lessens the interior working space. And something's moving around in there. It's just the adjustment knob goes somewhere, and the power cord. Alright, while that's still in that position, pull this out the plastic. And this is the fence. Going to go across it. Now it does have a couple little straps on it to keep the levers from popping up during transport. Alright, so this right here is the back of the saw where your dust port connects to. Now I'll show you how that works. Your dust port goes in there downward, or you can rotate it if you got a hose coming from overhead, and it has its own little storage spot right there for your dust port. However want to store it. So first things first, take this knife and cut these straps over here. Alright, I'm going to turn it around. This is your locking mechanism for your fence. I seen some guy left a bad review on Amazon saying his fence was incredibly hard to turn. It's because he didn't unlock the fence. You got to unlock that lever before you twist the knob, or it's not going to move. I hope he figured that out after he posted the video. He should have figured it out first. Alright, now this, I like this because your stop button is right here, so you put your power on, you just mash this lever here to stop it. Now right now, the way it's sitting, it's on a works table here. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit on some of these features as I'm starting to set things up. Apologize for the shaky camera here. I'm just got it mounted on a tripod. Cut these straps off of the fence. Hold down. Alright, now the fence locks into either this screw, or this screw, depending on where you want to set it. Now once you set it over that screw, lock that handle, lock that handle. Now you do have an adjustment knob here. So I'm going to take this adjustment knob out of the package. And it's just got a single Allen head screw. And it comes with this Allen wrench that's also a Phillips screwdriver on one end. So I'm going to put that Allen head screw down in there. I'm going to get this set there. I'm going to put this on here. Make sure that the teeth line up with the teeth on the bottom of your rack and pinion. Control. And we're going to tighten this screw up right here. Now, I believe she is locked. So I'll flip this lever over here on the side. And there's your adjustment on your fence. Once you press that lever back, it locks it in place. Now, I'm going to sit over here and look at this dimension. Now this has this adjustable piece here. Let me slide it out here to show you what it does. This will flip over and do that. Actually, let me unlock this. I believe I have it on backwards. I'm going to set it on the inside notch. Now you can put it on the outside notch, which I'll go ahead and do that. Once you lock it in place, okay, I'm going to run this blade, loosen that. That's just an adjustment. Now it does go from 0 to 45, but you can also mash this little button in down here and go -2 to 47. You got an additional 2 degrees on your adjustment. Now, may have blade is not moving, so I may have to look underneath. I may have another strap on there I have to take loose. But on this here fence, let me make sure I'm aimed right with the camera. On this here fence, I'm going to show you a little trick with it. Sorry for the shaky camera here. My tripod's not wanting to cooperate. Okay, so say you got a distance from your blade over to here. You can take this fence extension and flip it over. Now you have something here that's level with the surface of the table for a sheet of plywood to rest on. See, when you run your fence over to it, it's going to stop right there at the edge of your fence. It's level. Now, you don't need to go all the way up there. You just want something else to run underneath of as a stop on the or extension of your fence to get even closer to your blade. You go up to that next notch and you can get closer to your blade. Now that's on this back one here, you don't get that close, so you change that to the front notch. Lock it in, lock it in. Now with this set here at the top of your table, you can actually bring this edge of your fence right up to the edge of your blade. So I'm going to continue here with some of the other stuff we have here. Let me look around back and make sure I don't have any more straps on the motor. Because when I went to adjust the blade, oh, I see what we got here. Styrofoam, that's not going to let the blade raise and lower. Okay. Now, set this blade at 0. It does have a positive stop at 0 and at 45. So as I was showing with this fence earlier, you can run it in really close to your blade for ultra thin cuts. So you can see that. Run it right up to the edge of your blade. Now you can also, I don't know how accurate that is, put the fence against the blade. If it does seem to be kiltered left or right, there is an adjustment underneath. And that's what I'm about to show you right now. It's one of the things that sold me on this saw was the ability to adjust the blade without using tools, because on the back side you go underneath and you have this little sit screw right here. You loosen this little wing nut and let's see if we get some light on it. Well, I can't get my light to come on. Anyway, hopefully we can see this. You loosen this little wing nut right here and you twist this knob right here, and then this will actually rotate your motor and your blade left or right. You notice as I'm turning it, the blade is moving, so you can check your adjustment against your fence, or better yet, move your fence out of the way check your fence against your miter gauge, which is probably another way to do it, or a better way. Let's see what we got here. I'm not sure which is going to be the most accurate tool to use, because this is not even making contact with it. If I get an adjustable, I can get in here and turn it and make sure I'm perfectly 90 degrees. So right now I believe I'm off. I'm slightly closer to the over here than I am there, but that's all adjusted through this little knob right here. But I'll work on that adjustment later. Now that I've shown that portion of it, so I've raised the blade up. Now I think this one did come with an upgraded throat plate, which is metal and not plastic like some of the earlier models had plastic on them. And this one's locked in place. You press that little tab right there and it comes out. And this will allow a dado stack up to 5/8 of an inch, I believe. And of course I can also get a zero clearance throat plate to put in here, which will keep stuff from dropping down in there. But I'll mount the riving knife and the blade guards here shortly. I'm gonna pause this while I get this thing off this table, and I'm gonna set up the stands on it.